You know how when you watch, like, a legendary athlete hit a game-winning shot, the aftermath just feels totally inevitable.
Right, it's just expected.
Yeah, the buzzer sounds, the crowd goes wild, and the hero hits this perfectly choreographed pose. It looks, well, completely effortless.
Yeah, but you almost forget that they're human beings,
Yeah.
operating under just crushing pressure.
Exactly. And so today, we're doing a custom deep dive just for you on a piece of audio that completely shatters that illusion of effortlessness. Welcome in.
It's a really great clip. Our mission today is to unpack this very short but incredibly loaded post-game interview.
Yeah, it's a moment where elite athletic dominance basically collides head-on with this surprising human vulnerability.
It's just a fleeting moment, but it's densely packed with psychology.
Okay, let's unpack this. So the clip starts with a commentator laying out the final moments of a game.
Right.
And they're talking about a guy who is firmly on the Mount Rushmore of the sport, like arguably top 3 or 4 to ever play. And the strategy they highlight is so simple. Even if the rest of the roster is red hot tonight, you just give the ball to your legend and let him finish out the game his way.
And the commentator's underlying logic here, it really reveals how we handle high-stakes environments, right? Both on and off the court.
I do struggle with that logic a bit, though.
How so?
Well, imagine you're prepping a massive pitch for a client. The junior team did all the heavy lifting. They know the number's cold. They're having a great day.
Sure, they're completely in the zone.
Right. But when it comes to the final, crucial slide, you just hand the clicker to the CEO purely because of their title.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good analogy.
So why do we instinctively default to legacy when the pressure is on rather than, riding the hot hand?
I think it's not actually about who is objectively shooting the best in that specific hour. It's about trusting the historical weight of the greatest to secure the ending.
Right, the track record.
Exactly. The team is essentially outsourcing their anxiety to the legend. They let him finish out the game the way he wants to because, well, his past success acts as a psychological safety net for everyone else watching.
Ah, I see. It's like an emotional insurance policy for the team.
That is exactly it. And carrying that emotional insurance policy for an entire arena, it comes at a cost.
Yeah, a huge cost.
So when you give a legend that immense spotlighted responsibility to close the game, the emotional release when the buzzer finally sounds is incredibly intense.
You can actually hear that intensity in the post-game interview we're looking at.
You really can.
So an interviewer asks the player, did I see a finisher and a crown celebration on that last one?
And his response is fascinating.
Right. The player says, absolutely, but then adds this incredibly raw admission. He literally says, I messed it for the first time in my life. I needed to. Yeah, I needed to. I had that moment.
It's just such a vulnerable thing to admit on a hot microphone.
Wait, isn't that wildly ironic, though?
What do you mean?
Well, we are talking about someone with undeniable all-time greatness, and he fumbled his own imaginary crown.
Yeah, it's wild to think about.
How does the greatest closer in the game mess up pretend jewelry?
Well, look at his exact phrasing, right? He says, I needed to, I had that moment.
Right.
It completely reframes what we expect from our sports heroes. It reveals the sheer emotional necessity of validation.
We just assume pressure bounces off these athletes.
Exactly. But the reality is there's a massive buildup of tension that demands a release. And true release isn't choreographed. It's messy.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so the fumbled crown isn't a failure of mechanics. It's proof of how much carrying that moment actually cost him emotionally.
So what does this all mean for you listening? I think this clip perfectly captures the duality of sports.
It really does.
You have the godlike mythological status assigned by the commentators and the team on one side, right?
Right.
And that's contrasted directly with the deeply human, slightly awkward, fumbling reality of the players themselves.
Because the flawless closer is still a human, sweating under the spotlight.
Exactly.
Which leaves a fascinating question for you to mull over as we wrap up today.
Go for it.
If an athlete widely considered to be the greatest to ever play the game still feels a desperate, overwhelming need to crown himself in the heat of the moment, what does that reveal about the human ego's endless craving for validation?
That is a deep question.
No matter how much success you have already achieved, does that deep-seated need to physically put a crown on your own head ever really go away?